Hey guys, so we had India versus Pakistan today, and India ने कमाल कर दी as always. I think over the past few years, if you talk about India versus Pakistan contests, then it's just been one-sided. I think India has just gotten ahead of Pakistan in all aspects. I think वो obviously match से पहले काफ़ी hype था कि it's India versus Pakistan. All of us were like really really looking forward to it. But I think when it comes to the cricketing aspects, India's leaps and bounds ahead of Pakistan now. And मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि had we played Pakistan a lot more over the last say 10-15 years, तो हमारा जो head to head का जो ratio है which was which is still a lot more in Pakistan's favor, would definitely India के favor में आ जाता. But it was again an absolutely brilliant game. I think Virat Kohli, the king, आज किंग ने दोबारा दिखा दिया that he's back in form. I think जब भी विराट कोहली, मेरा ऐसा मानना, जब भी विराट कोहली आउट ऑफ फॉर्म जाए तो वी शुड डेफिनेटली हैव वन मैच विद पाकिस्तान. आई थिंक पाकिस्तान के प्लेयर्स बहुत खुशी खुशी आ जाएंगे टू प्ले अ मैच विद विराट कोहली. एंड वो बेस्ट तरीका टू गेट विराट कोहली बैक इन टू फॉर्म. आई थिंक ही वॉज सिंपली आउटस्टैंडिंग टुडे. I mean, and what a match for him. On a day when he got his 51st ODI 100, he became the fastest to 14,000 ODI runs. He overtook Mohammad Azharuddin for the most catches in ODIs for India. He became the joint highest catch taker in international cricket for India. उन्होंने राहुल द्रविड़ का रिकॉर्ड इक्वल करा. So a day which had multiple records for Virat Kohli. I think it was a simply outstanding knock. And I think, I mean, if I talk about the overall game, I think कोई contest था ही नहीं. I mean, obviously Pakistan got a very good start. I think Hardik Pandya, he just took that wicket of Babar Azam at the right crucial juncture in the game. I think उससे पहले थोड़ा सा था कि Pakistan is setting up a nice platform. Because अगर आप आज की विकेट की बात करो, then the wicket was slightly drier as compared to the wicket that we had versus Bangladesh. So all the experts were saying that if on this wicket Pakistan can manage to get to say 260, 270, it will be a very good total. So I think Pakistan का start काफ़ी अच्छा हुआ था. But I think that point of time, Hardik Pandya got the wicket at the right juncture. And post that, we saw that once Pakistan lost both the openers, उसके बाद जब Saud Shakil and Mohammad Rizwan were batting, then they were just going too slow at that point of time. सबको ये लगा था कि they're setting up a platform कि ठीक है, हम 30-35 overs के बाद जाके आखिरी के 10-15-20 over में हम we will really go for the attack. I think that was what was Pakistan's plan. But I think India bowled really well. I think Rohit Sharma juggled his spinners really well. Kuldeep got 3 wickets towards the end. When Pakistan were trying to attack the spinners, Ravindra Jadeja also got a wicket in between. So I think overall India rotated the spinners very well. I think India ने सही crucial junctures पे wicket ली, जिसकी वजह से we were able to keep them down to 240, which again wasn't a bad total considering the wicket. I think 240 decent total tha. In fact, in the previous game, Bangladesh got much lower, but Bangladesh defended much better than Pakistan. So I think they still had runs on the board, Pakistan. But I think overall their bowling, I mean it was quite poor, to be honest. I mean, शुरुआत में हमने देखा था जैसे रोहित शर्मा ने अटैक किया, a good knock from him. He was undone by a brilliant delivery from Shaheen Shah Afridi. That was a brilliant yorker from him. बट उसके बाद भी it never really felt like India was under pressure. वो बहुत अच्छी डिलीवरी थी जिसने रोहित शर्मा को आउट कर दिया. बट उससे पहले ऐसा लग नहीं रहा था that शुभमन गिल और रोहित शर्मा were under pressure. So both of them were batting with complete ease. And even in fact uske baad bhi after Rohit got out, Shubman Gill was he just played some breathtaking shots. jaise wo cover drives apni maar rahe the. I think right now Shubman Gill is at the peak of his powers. And that's my belief that right now we're seeing that transition from जो हमने 2012 में देखा था when Virat Kohli was in the ascendancy and Sachin Tendulkar was kind of in his final phase of his career. At that point of time, in a chase or in any ODI game, although people loved Sachin Tendulkar, but they knew that Virat Kohli is the new guy. He's the heir to the throne kind of a thing, right? वो सेम हम अभी देख रहे हैं विद विराट कोहली एंड पोटेंशियली शुभमन गिल. एंड I'm not saying that in all format शुभमन गिल is a great player. I think T20 and टेस्ट credentials उनके अभी भी थोड़े से डाइसी हैं, बट इन ODIs he's a fantastic player. He averages more than 60. His strike rate is more than 100. He's a terrific player in ODIs. I think उनकी game को बहुत suit करता है the ODI format. And even today he was just showing that he's in brilliant form right now. And the way he was batting, the way he was approaching the game, he was playing really well. And वहाँ पर भी लग रहा था Pakistani bowlers weren't really troubling India. India was just going about getting their runs. That was a brilliant delivery. Which got Shubman Gill out. अबरार अहमद की delivery बहुत अच्छी थी. हाँ, वो सेलिब्रेशन थोड़ी सी अक्षय कुमार स्टाइल ऐसी वाली थी उनकी, बट that delivery was excellent. So again, India lost both the wickets due to exceptional bowling, like exceptional one delivery, but ऐसा नहीं था कि there was a period of sustained pressure from the Pakistani bowlers. And I think throughout the game, India just had it too easy. I think, once even Shubman Gill got out, Shreyas Iyer came in, he took his time, but once he got set in, he was going after the bowlers and he was, complimenting Virat Kohli very well. And I don't understand what happens with Pakistan during India-Pakistan games. I think पहले जैसे क्या होता था that at times, when we used to watch India versus Pakistan games in the 90s or in the early 2000s, somehow we used to feel that India used to the occasion used to get to India. India pressure में आ जाता था. But what we're observing now for the last few years is that the occasion potentially gets to Pakistan. I think ऐसा लगता है कि Pakistan is they get overawed by the occasion that oh हम India के against खेल रहे हैं, इतना बड़ा match है. While India approaches it like just any other game. For India it's like ठीक है हम Pakistan के against खेल रहे हैं, हम श्रीलंका के against खेल रहे हैं, हम ऑस्ट्रेलिया के against खेल रहे हैं. We're going to approach it the same way. But I think Pakistan के लिए it becomes a huge occasion that oh हम India के against खेल रहे हैं. And I think that kind of gets to them. So I mean, even if you look at their body language, right? I mean, Mohammad Rizwan is the captain of the team. तुम विकेट कीपर हो यार, तुम्हारी आवाज़ ही नहीं निकल रही थी. I mean, once विराट कोहली एंड श्रेयस अय्यर वर इन, अगर आप वैसे मोहम्मद रिजवान को कभी मैच में देखोगे वो कुछ ना कुछ बोलते रहते. आज मोहम्मद रिजवान की आवाज़ ही नहीं निकल रही थी. वो बस चुपचाप साइलेंटली ऐसे फील्ड को अपने इशारे दे रहे थे, बट उनकी आवाज़ ही नहीं आ रही थी. यू द कैप्टन, यू हैव to lead from the front. ठीक है, हार रहे हो मैच, इट्स ओके, इट्स फाइन, but at least keep your body language high, right? So I think it was just like a perfect chase from India, very one-sided. India was simply, I think Virat Kohli just showed why he's the master of the game, right? उन्होंने perfectly chase को again time किया. India was never under pressure. आराम से सिंगल, जब when we need the singles doubles तो आराम से सिंगल डबल आ रहे थे. जब बाउंड्री चाहिए तो बाउंड्री आ रही थी. It was like complete. We saw the Virat Kohli of old, right? Who had the hunger for those runs, who was running those singles, getting those doubles. I think काफ़ी टाइम से विराट कोहली के साथ क्या हो रहा था that somehow we were all of us are feeling that यार वो hunger कहाँ चला गया. Maybe he's in his twilight of his career. Obviously, border Gavaskar series was super disappointing. The New Zealand Test series was super disappointing. So all of us were somehow feeling that does he still have that hunger for runs? But today, I think we just saw that old Virat Kohli, the Virat Kohli of old, who has that hunger, who's running the singles fast, who's converting the singles into doubles. And I really hope that it's like Virat is back into form. Although उनके white ball credentials, especially his ODI credentials, were never really in question. 2023 World Cup, he was the man of the tournament, and 2024 we didn't really play any ODIs. We just played 3 ODIs versus Sri Lanka. But I think उनके ODI credentials कभी भी in question नहीं थे. But I think again a superb knock from the king today. And I think पाकिस्तान के साथ एक और भी चीज़ क्या होती है जो मेरे को ऐसा लगता है that if when they play against विराट कोहली, I think उनको बहुत ज़्यादा ये दिमाग में चीज़ चढ़ जाती है ओ हम किंग के सामने खेल रहे हैं, हम विराट कोहली के सामने खेल रहे हैं, हम विराट कोहली को बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं. पैट कमिंस ऐसे नहीं सोचता यार. पैट कमिंस से बॉलिंग करने आता है, उसके लिए वो विराट कोहली है, एक बैट्समैन है जिसको उसको आउट करना है. क्या चाहे विराट कोहली बैटिंग कर रहा हो, चाहे श्रेयस अय्यर बैटिंग कर रहा हो, चाहे कोई बैटिंग कर रहा हो, ऑस्ट्रेलिया सोचती है ये एक बैट्समैन है जिसको हमको आउट करना है. उनके लिए कोई किंग नहीं है. उनके लिए देयर इज नो किंग कोहली हु इज बैटिंग देयर. किंग कोहली होंगे अपने घर में होंगे, राइट? आई थिंक व्हेन पाकिस्तान कम्स आउट टू प्ले, उनके दिमाग में चलता रहता है अरे हम तो किंग को बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं, हमारे सामने तो विराट कोहली इतने महान खिलाड़ी खेल रहे हैं, चलो मैच के बाद चाचे भतीजे की फ़ोटो खिंचवा देंगे मैच के साथ. आई डोंट नो, आई डोंट वांट टू डिसरिस्पेक्ट एनीबडी. पाकिस्तान इज अ ग्रेट टीम, बट समहाउ आई जस्ट फील दैट they get overawed by the occasion, right? Because Virat Kohli is a huge name in the subcontinent, right? So I think वहाँ पे obviously there's a mental barrier, and obviously there's a difference in the skill set as well. I think what you've seen is that post IPL India का ज़्यादा cricket has just taken off to another level. वहीं पे Pakistan's, you know, if you talk about the skill sets, right? Yes, they have talented players, but is this about the overall skill sets? It's about fitness. It's about catching. आज फिर मतलब 2 catches drop कर दिया. You can't at this level. You just can't be dropping catches. I mean, you compare. Look at Glenn Phillips. Glenn Phillips ने क्या catch पकड़ी थी उस दिन. You look at Alex Carey. Alex Carey ने क्या शानदार catches पकड़ी थी in the match versus England yesterday. So, I mean, if you look at Pakistan is still at that level wherein they're dropping catches. They're still lethargic in the field. Their body language is poor. So I mean, एक तरफ बात होती है skill sets की, ठीक है, it's fine. You still have good talented bowlers, decently talented batsmen, but अगर आपको ओवरऑल फिटनेस ठीक नहीं है, आप बेसिक कैचेस नहीं पकड़ पा रहे, you're never going to be able to compete at this level, especially against a team like India, which has now taken their game to another level altogether. Yes, it probably hasn't translated into enough ICC tournaments, but India has been a phenomenal cricketing side over the last 15 years, so to say, right? So I think that gap in the skill set between India and Pakistan has just expanded, because of which, yes, match se pehle there's a huge hype. There's India Pakistan contest, everybody's wanting to see it, but when it actually comes down to the cricketing, we see that there's a huge gap. Yes, agreed that we've lost matches to Pakistan. We lost in the 2017 Champions Trophy final. हम 2021 T20 World Cup final में भी हारे थे. Yes, we will lose matches. India is not an invincible team. But on the whole, if you see, right, India has largely been dominant against Pakistan, and that kind of showed today as well. And I kind of feel sad for Pakistani fans, bichare. I mean, Pakistan's hosting an ICC event after 29 years. The last time it happened was the 1996 World Cup, right? उसके बाद अब जाके पाकिस्तान में एक ICC event हो रहा था. Everybody was looking forward to it, and now Pakistan is on the verge of getting knocked out, right? I mean, tomorrow we have Bangladesh versus New Zealand, and if New Zealand wins that match, which in all likelihood New Zealand is going to win it, right? I mean, Bangladesh, I mean, no disrespect again, but I think New Zealand are the clear favorites for that match. If New Zealand win it tomorrow, Pakistan are out of this tournament, right? They still have one match to play, but that's not what your fans want, right? आपके fans इतने सालों से wait कर रहे हैं. Everybody's so excited. Pakistan is a country which loves cricket, right? But when they see their team perform like this on the ground, it just you feel sad for their fans. So I think there has to be some. I don't know. I really can't comment on what's going wrong with Pakistani cricket at the moment. But all I can comment on is that India is really doing exceptionally well. Fingers crossed. We don't want to jinx it like it happened in 2023, the ODI World Cup. India was looking superb. Everything was, happening perfectly. But we failed at the final hurdle. भाई इस बार इज्जत बचा लेना प्लीज़. इस बार इस सेम नहीं होना चाहिए. But we're looking good. And hopefully we should be in the semi-final. If New Zealand wins tomorrow, India and New Zealand are through to the semi-final. So I think India is looking strong. And if we talk about the other matches, I think England Australia yesterday was a very good game. I think Australia. I mean, what to say about Australia? No Pat Cummins, no Mitchell Stark, no Josh Hazelwood, no Stoinis, no Mitchell Marsh. ट्रैविस हेड जल्दी आउट हो गया, स्टीव स्मिथ जल्दी आउट हो गया. They had 352 chase. No team has ever chased 350 in the Champions Trophy. I think nobody's chased it in an ICC event also. I'm not sure, but I think nobody chased it in an ICC event also. And they still find a way to win. Josh Inglis. Who would have thought that Josh Inglis will come out and play that magnificent innings? Alex Carey played so well. Labuschagne played so well. Even Glenn Maxwell towards the end played so well. So I think you can never ever write off Australia. That's what my belief is. Like, nobody was giving them a chance. Before this tournament, everybody thought that Australia is coming with their B team. We don't think they lost 2-0 to Sri Lanka before this, right? So nobody was really giving them a chance. But look at Australia, right? Coming, I mean, whenever there's an ICC event, Australia always brings their A game, whatever the side may be, and count them out and at your own peril. I think England also played well. I think they batted really well. Ben Duckett got the highest score ever, in the Champions Trophy. He became the first player to actually hit a 150 in the Champions Trophy. But I think that bowling was very very poor yesterday. I think for some reason I just feel that they have a very one-dimensional bowling attack. I think if you look at Archer, Bryden Cass, there's Atkinson, who's on the bench. I think I mean, I think they don't have enough variety in their bowling. I think most of the bowlers who come in, they're kind of bowlers who will just hit the deck hard, kind of a thing. Even Mark Wood. So I think for some reason they didn't have enough variations in their bowling. I think Adil Rashid was the only bowler who looked threatening for England yesterday. And it's kind of sad to see England in this situation, because England was a team which had revolutionized this new white ball, cricket, right? That's how they won the 2019 World Cup. But since then, they've just been playing a very similar template of cricket, and I think most teams have now understood the kind of template that they play. So I don't know. I mean, it wasn't just about yesterday, right? Out of the last 15 ODIs, England have lost 11. So they've only won 4 out of the last 15 ODIs. That definitely means something's wrong. Something is definitely wrong in the way England is playing their ODI cricket, right? And they will have to definitely now beat South Africa, to be in contention for a semi-final spot for the Champions Trophy, right? And South Africa is again a great ODI side. They're playing very good ODI cricket. So I don't know, that group looks really interesting. I think before the tournament started, everybody thought the two teams coming from there will be South Africa and England, but Australia winning that game has just changed the somehow the permutations and combinations of that group. So let's see. I think the championship is a really really exciting tournament, because if you lose one game, suddenly you find yourself in a very tricky situation, right? You don't get enough chances to come back. So I think because of that, it's a very interesting tournament. But I think overall we're having a lot of fun, watching ODI cricket after a very long time. And I just hope that Team India, touch fingers crossed, keeps playing the way it's playing right now. I think the only little I wouldn't say a flaw, but a slight एक जो चीज़ लग रही है इंडिया की टीम में विच वी फील दैट कैन इम्प्रूव अ बिट इज़ द विकेट टेकिंग एबिलिटी ड्यूरिंग द मिडल ओवर्स. आई थिंक वो बांग्लादेश के अगेंस्ट भी हुआ था, दैट वी weren't really able to pick up those wickets in the middle, because during that amazing partnership, that we saw in the by the two Bangladeshi batters. So and that was kind of happening today as well, right? When Saad Shakil and Mohammad Rizwan were batting. So we were kind of seeing that we weren't able to really take those wickets in the middle. So I think that is one area where India could probably work upon, because when you come up against the good batting sides, like maybe England or Australia or New Zealand, that problem can get exposed. आज भी Pakistan against, had Pakistan not lost those wickets in a flurry towards the end, they probably had the potential to go to 260, 270, 280. Maybe against sides like Australia who bat deep, or New Zealand who bat deep, right, who have good lower order batters, maybe against them this problem can kind of be exposed. So that's one area where India can work upon, maybe like taking those wickets in the middle. But other than that, I think India's playing very good ODI cricket. Everything's going really well. Hopefully we've had two good games. I won't say that, let's not overhype it, ज़्यादा overhype नहीं करते हैं. But let's just hope that India continue to play the way that they're playing. And yes, hopefully we this time are able to cross that finishing line. But we'll take it one match at a time. पहले न्यूजीलैंड के साथ होगा अगले हफ्ते मैच, and before that we'll see a lot of other matches happening. So looking forward to more exciting cricket, and we'll come up with more analysis on the other games. So till then, thank you.